night is long and the path is dark. Look to the sky, for one day soon the dawn will come.
Hello there, welcome to the Antlered Crown. My name is Elwyn, and this will be a reading for the week ahead for water signs. Alright, so if you are Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces, this will be for you. I mustn't put my hands on the table, it interferes with the noise. Now, let's have a look firstly at, as usual, the challenges ahead for the week for you water signs. So this will be for those of you who need it most of all. We'll be seeing things popping up here. Perhaps some of the challenges for you in the week ahead. Okay. Firstly, the Ace of Cups. This is an abundance, a peace that is coming. Something that will alleviate pressures, perhaps for you in the week ahead, which is fantastic. Nextly, the Empress. This here, this is power, personal power and growth. Perhaps working on yourself, taking steps out of your comfort zone may be the way forward here. It can help in terms of healing for some of you. Now, the King of Swords. Stubbornness. Stubbornness is a bit harsh for this term. This is to do with this forcing yourself into situations. You may be feeling a little bit more introvert than usual right now, some of you water signs, and that's okay. But forcing yourself to get out there will help gain that momentum again. And although you may feel like you don't want it, you need it. You need to sort of just try and get out, even go for a walk, do something different, do something that gets you out, because this is all part of that pushing the comfort zone. If you get too comfortable in your elements here, there is safety, but then there is also boredom. By doing this week, by trying to push yourself, little bits, not big bits, as I said, going for a walk, saying yes if people are going somewhere, or, obviously remaining safe. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is knowledge. It is wisdom through experience. There is knowledge here to be offered from you to someone else. There may be someone here who needs help for you. Now, when it comes to helping others, it is, for a lot of you, feels like it is your mission, it is your goal, it is an impulse. You cannot help it. You are empathic in nature, and this is good. But there are other ways to nourish the self without just helping others. It can be too much sometimes, and forgetting to tend to your own personal garden, your spiritual garden, is important. Now, some of those things, messages for you in the week ahead. I want to have a look at career for water signs. Okay, so let's shuffle the cards and see what we have here. Same cards. The Art Nouveau Gold edition. Lovely cards. Now, also good size if you carry them in like a satchel or a handbag, purse, sorry. And they're good size. They fit in the hand nice, you know? I like them. Anyways, for those of you, many people ask me about this deck, what it is. So I thought I'll just throw it in there. Good deck. Right. Career, finance. As always, some level of education may be here as well. Because it's linked to career usually when it comes to educations. Okay. There is forms of a conflict here when it comes to careers, when it comes to work. People are rushing ahead. They are rushing to the edge of a cliff almost, and you can foresee it in some ways. People are getting carried away with themselves. This is the wisdom card from before, I believe, the Queen of Wands. Your knowing can be lended here to prevent certain things, but you cannot stop people if they are determined to run themselves off a cliff. This is you. The undecided part of you, the inability to stop people from getting carried away, caught up in things, but also on the other side, it's like you don't want to. It's like, well, I told them, I warned them. It's their fault if they don't listen. This is all right. The Hierophant. Yes, the Hierophant here. This is kind of divine order, the higher self, if you will. And picking things up. This necessary evil, in a way, that may be happening to others around you when it comes to work. This necessary evil may be something that reawakens, reincarnates something for you. It is all part of something. It is all part of a betterment for your higher self, for your potential when it comes to work. Sorry, I need some coffee. I'm about to yawn. That's better. Now, here it is again. The 10 of Wands. Over encumbered. Carrying too much. Other people's problems. If they do not listen the first time, then they run off the cliff, and that is their fault. You tried. And that's unfortunately the way it must be. People are too arrogant or ignorant to listen. Really, ignorant is a better word for it. To listen. They are excited. They may get caught up with things, but they may end up with not enough track for the train. This is their fault. You must keep a level head here. There is recognition here. Recognition in terms of work, recognitions in careers, especially when it comes to something to do with a form like working in an office. I'm seeing here. For some of you, there is a recognition for something, recognition for perhaps the level-headedness, the carrying of such burdens that you have done before. But doesn't mean you have to keep carrying them. If you were put in a higher position to do something about it, there is always delegate. Remember to delegate when it comes to work. It is most important. Right. So that's for some of you, for work. Okay. Now, I am going to look at love. Okay, so yeah, as I said, that was work for some of you, not all of you, however, but it's one of the most important ones, is what I get, what I ask for. So if it's for anything else, then it's okay. You're going to have a standard sort of thing, roughly. Well, nothing is standard in that sense, but you know what I mean. Now, let's have a look here when it comes to love. Some of you water signs, I feel specifically Cancerians. If there is something to do with looking for love, if you're single and you feel there is something missing, there may be certain blockages, not knowing where to turn in love for you. Now, the Seven of Cups here is all the worldly things that we possess, all the worldly things that we pursue. However, this one here is what may be missing. There is the insight to find someone who reflects the insight that you may be after. It may be difficult to find, and you may be losing hope in some regard in that matter. Blockages. Old flames, in many ways. This is a form of healing, an aggressive healing, to cut down these is an act that only you can do, for they are your blocks. Cutting them down systematically, one by one, can be a painstaking process, but this, as I said, is aggressive. There is some work to be done here for some of you. Something perhaps from a past may be presenting itself now more than ever. Is the time where you can fell it. You can cut it down. Stop it in its tracks before it grows roots or takes roots. Now, what is the aim of this? Love in itself, the Seven of Pentacles. This is the ascension, 7 pentacles, 7 chakras, each corresponding colour. This is to find a whole, to find a completion, a spiritual completion when it comes to love. This is the meaning of it, and it may be dawning on you now, or some others around you, that water signs, it may be dawning on you now that being complete starts within. The addition of love and partnership is only an addition that enriches the completeness that's already there. Two complete but separate entities walking side by side, not filling the gaps in for each other. This can create problems. This is here the journey of this. There may be realizations and there are possibilities to take steps towards this right now. To build something in terms of a relationship, a good foundation is required, one that is honest. So, solid foundations. Here there are the potential for solid foundations and something to build on, and it begins with the self here for you water signs, and this may be a very good time to start reflecting on that. Okay? As I said, stability, foundations, very important. This is a rock solid stability, something that can be built on, something that can take pressures. All right? Now, there are forms of love here. The missing thing that you seek, you may find that you already have it, in a sense, for some of you. In others, you may even find it externally. But one thing is for certain, that there are things within that first need attention, and this balance, this completion within, should take precedence this week. Working on the self. Hard work, but forging something, retraining stubborn patterns into something that is more useful and serves you better for what is to come. Now, this is only but one read, however. I'm going to do another one. Alright, so try not to make too much noise, because it's a very sensitive microphone. Right, let's have a look here. Oops. What are we looking for love? If anyone's in a relationship, what they may need to know, any water signs, what you may need to know. Now, this is very much like the same card, but a different stand. Okay, this is the same sort of cards, but different. Same, but different. Again, the cups here. The Eight of Cups. This is about this creating something. You are in the midst of creating something. You are in the midst of finding yourself perhaps on the journey of a partnership with someone. Red flags are being drawn up here, somewhat. The red flags, however, are... How do I put this? They're not red flags as such. They are past flags that keep popping up, the triggers from certain pasts. There is now a new journey, a hope for you in love. You can walk and let it guide you and trust it. Trusting it may be hard due to past things, but these are just obstacles that can be navigated. Lady of Cups. This is a good card. This card is about intuition, the water, obviously, here, meaning, well, to put it simply, your intuition and your creative flow, when it comes to love, let it take the lead here. It can aid you where the brain may hinder. To trust instinct, to be fluid and move with what you feel can help a lot when it comes to love. Okay, so now thinking if there's any other messages, and I think I might do some of these for some of you, because I have a feeling that there is something else. Ooh. No, you don't. Alright, well that one's coming out. That one turned over. Okay, well, first thing we have here is suffering in silence. Some of you may be feeling that you are unable to share fears and thoughts and anxieties that you may be feeling around, and instead of speaking them, you are worried of the repercussions of someone taking something the wrong way about what you're saying, so you may be holding it in. Please take note of this. Holding it in, although you are doing it for perhaps the right reasons, can create more damage in the long run. it manifests, it ties, it concentrates into the point where, just the same as if you squeeze a rock hard enough, under enough pressure, it can become a diamond, and then it's difficult to get rid of. This is very much the same thing here. It concentrates and concentrates and concentrates to this ball of negativity is harder to shift than just speaking it. Transformation. The transformation is what occurs after you speak, after you unburden. To unburden how you feel about something can indeed transform not only the external lives, but transform how you perceive yourself and how you perceive your higher self. Starting to understand what it may want for you, what it is trying to guide you towards. Movement, choices, and decisions. So, in other words, you may be feeling anxious, you may be feeling frustrated. Suffering in silence is creating forms of blockages, and you must transform, you must ascend. You are going into the next chapter here of your own story, and you have to turn that page. This is how you move forward. This is how you get the ball rolling. Well, thank you for coming to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment if it resonated. And also, you can find me on TikTok, where I go live 8 or 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday and Fridays. I'm also on Instagram, and I have an Etsy store if you would like any kind of private reading. Link is all in the info. Thank you very much, and have a blessed day.